So excuse my appearance because I just got off of work and I've been bartending for like 11 hours and it's 7:11 in the morning. But I got a notification on my Google Calendar or whatever it is that something important is happening today. And I said, oh yeah, I look forward to this every year. So to backtrack, about 3 years ago, I was at a PetSmart near my house buying matching sweaters for my dog and cat, as you do. And there was two ladies in line in front of me checking out, and they had a little fish in a bag. And I was just sitting there looking at the fish, dissociating as a little treat, and not really paying attention to anything. And this woman gets in my face out of nowhere, asking me why I'm looking at her fish. And I'm like, I'm just looking at your fish. And she didn't want me to look at her fish. And she asked me why I had to look at her fish when there's a whole wall of fish that I could look at, and I wasn't allowed to look at her fish. And I'm like, I'm just looking at your fish. And she said a lot of horrible things and called me names, including the R word. And the cashier got kind of upset that she was being abusive towards me and tried to defuse the situation, and she told him to stay out of it, and she started hitting on him for some reason. He decides to end the interaction by asking if she had a PetSmart card, and she said she did, and he asked her if she wanted to sign up for one. All she had to do was like give her email address and phone number. And so she gives him her email address and she spells it out for him, and she makes a big deal about how she's the only person who has this email address, and it's like that's how they work. I mean, no two people can't have the same email address. That would just be crazy. But anyway, she gives him all of her information, and then before she leaves, she turns to me and she said, you need to remember, you don't know who you're messing with because they might be crazy. And I was like, that's accurate. So I went home and immediately used her email address to sign her up for a bunch of bullshit spam emails and various things like that, and set a reminder in my calendar to do this every year for all of my life. So, yeah, she's right. You never know when somebody might be crazy. You need to be careful when you give your email address out in public. And also, happy anniversary.